All right, welcome to my political life video blog, part one. And over the weekend was, I was off Thanksgiving vacation because I'm not doing my personal website because I got to give it a rest. So who knows? Because anything happens over the weekend, here's your worst nightmare, according to theblaze.com. And and I quote this. This is gonna be huge and it's gonna be outrageous. This is worse. Seriously, this is worse. Newt Gingrich and Kelly Conway try to bash pathetic Mitt Romney because yesterday on Twitter, Fox News correspondent Ed Henry tried to quote Newt Gingrich on his thoughts on, you guessed it, Mitt Romney as possible as a contender for Secretary of State. Uh, Hillary Clinton's not going to be a Secretary of State. I'm sorry, the way it is. But don't worry, I'll get inside my. I'm not going to get in. Well, I'll just save it for next week's Naughty or Nice Christmas thoughts on Facebook. So trust me about that. But anyways, here's your worst nightmare. Worst nightmare. Because on to the point of no return, Newt Gingrich was being responded to the idea that has been floated around that Romney needs to apologize to President-elect Mr. Trump if he wants the job. Oh, really? I should notice that I suspect that perhaps Romney is being unwilling to offer his apologies to Mr. Trump following Newt Gingrich's harsh darn words. Well, Kellyanne Conway, I bet she is a senior advisor for, who Mr. Trump quoted on, according to this political that everybody's having to personal concerns about Romney ability. So I want to quote this from Political. I know is a liberal mainstream media, liberal media bias pressure people. Never mind. Anyways, Political is just such a stupid liberal newsletter. It says Conway's comments continue to bashing of Romney has been played out with top surrogates like Newt Gingrich and Mike Huckabee. And also the former Massachusetts governor being spectacular, yes, guess what? That Romney will land a foggy bottom on come January 2017. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Well, if you might say that, Kellyanne Conway says this, I'm all for party unity, but I'm not so sure that we have to pay, for that, the Secretary of State position. And we don't even know if Mitt Romney voted for Mr. Trump. Oh, well. Oh, well. Here's your worst nightmare. Ever. So, there's more. Here's your worst nightmare. About, you know who. That's right. Oh, flip the page. Yes, earlier this morning on MSNBC's Morning Joe, Payne has the panel being angry, denies that, you guessed it, Kellyanne Conway. Wait, oh, well. I guess you don't know everything else. Keep it civilized about, you guessed it. Morning Joe is such a stupid liberal morning show. But I mean to tell you, MSNBC is just doesn't have an audience. Believe me, it doesn't have an audience. And it doesn't have a huge audience, and now look what happens. The panel has reported that this morning that further reported that according to the top sources in the Trump campaign, and Conway is being frustrated because she has been frozen to death. Oh, really? That out of Trump's inner circle, and Trump himself was reported to be upset that Conway was repeatedly bragging about her ability to manipulate and control Trump. And what about during this show? Kellyanne Conway with a huge response to, yeah, Mr. Joe Scarborough, Schmo Joe. Accusing the panel of, you guessed it, I'm not going to say an S word, but sexist, I will say it. Reporting that Scarborough and company took the exception to characterization that noting that, you guessed it, Conway's decision is to publicize the criticism of a potential nominee during the vetting process that unpreceded. Well, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Conway just widely credited for bringing much needed message to discipline to the Trump campaign at a critical time, but at the moment she was brought it on, and whispers to merge inside the Trump campaign, and that some were irritated by, yes, the critic Conway tried to claim the shaping of Trump. And but here's the last part of part one of my political life, which I can get inside part two for tomorrow. Trust me, and I'll be here. You know what I'm saying. Anyways, tweet this on Twitter, and it says that you guessed it, third and final debates that rankled many Trump operators because of, you suggested that Conway was trying to take away the credit of everything good that Trump did, blaming his mistakes. Well, you cannot blame everything for your mistakes at a time like this. But you just had to trust me about this. From now on, listen and learn about this one. Because the Trump campaign has not officially committed on the record about these discussions. Way to go, Kellyanne. And the moral story is, I bet political and this MSNBC are, you guessed it, jealous. Because they don't even learn halfway. Now, part two is up for grabs tomorrow on my political life story, and I'm not going to say, SpaghettiOs. I said, whatever. Anyways, part two for tomorrow on my political life story, and that's and you know the rest of the story, and I'm sticking to it. That's all.